Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Edward Ortelli with Coldwell Banker. My wife Michelle is the videographer once again. Sometimes we switch it around. But I'm here this morning with Michelle Colee from Haven Hospice. And we're here with Michelle this morning because we have a very special event coming up on April 7th. And we've alerted a lot of the people to Southampton already about this. But we like to do it again, and I want to ask Michelle a few questions about Haven Hospice and have her tell you more about the organization. But just to tell you about the event once again, April 7th, twice a year, Southampton has a community garage sale, and the first one of 2018 is April 7th from 8 to noon. It's a community garage sale. And then from noon to conclusion, we're thinking about 4 o'clock. Haven Hospice is going to bring in a big truck, and we're going to pick up all the items, the household items that you don't sell or that you don't want to sell. And these items have to be in great condition because they're going to go to the attic store. And the attic store, I'm going to ask Michelle to explain a lot about that, benefits this wonderful organization. So Michelle, why don't you tell us about the attic store and what that does for the community, what it does for Haven Hospice and all the people who've had to use this service.
Well, Haven Hospice, of course, offers a lot of different services for people that are at end of life. We offer hospice care for those that are within 6 months of dying, and we also offer services for people who maybe have just been alerted of a new illness. And that way we are able to go in and help them. It's called a transitions program, have a nurse talk to them, have some volunteer help as they start to maneuver how they're going to plan for their eventuality of the end of their disease and the end of their life. So we have a lot of programs together to help people through that process. It is a hard process. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. We help everybody do advanced care planning, which is one of the #1 things that everybody should have.
Right.
We really don't care about your age, right? We really want you to be able to tell now, while you're able to, what you want your final wishes to be. So sometimes your final, people think they know what you want, but they don't. And what that happens is if you can sit down and have those discussions now instead of later, if something does happen to you in the future, you already have those decisions made. You don't have to sit there and tell your family you've already done it. And then they don't have the hard decision of making those decisions for you and wondering if they really did and carrying that guilt around with them. So advanced care planning is something we're all trying to get really on top of, and it's something that everybody needs to do. So that being said, advanced care planning is a free service, so we don't bill anybody or anything for that. So the attic store helps us offer that free service to us, as well as the transitions program. And by people donating and coming in and purchasing the stuff that they donate, we're able to offset those programs in our community. And what I think is wonderful is the monies that are raised in our attic store in St. Johns County stay in St. Johns County to help our patients here locally. And a lot of people don't realize that. So we're very blessed to have what we have here. And we have a lot of people that donate and a lot of people that come in and purchase stuff. And you can really find some really nice stuff. So we're really looking forward to the partnership with you guys on this, because it's really going to help us, #1, let people know a little bit about who we are and what we do and what we can be there for them. Because during this time, if you ever have an end of life diagnosis, it can be really traumatic for you and have a lot of problems. So just with you guys, just as simple as donating, you won't believe how many people you help on the onset from just something as simple as donating a bunch of silverware and what that can mean to a patient down the road.
Well, I have to tell you, Haven Hospice's attic store here, and there's 2 of them. There's one over in Orange Park in the greater Northeast Florida area, and there's one here in St. Augustine. They're beautiful stores. They have a lot of great items that people donate from the communities, and there's a lot of people that shop here, and they support this organization. So come down to these attic stores when you have an opportunity, if you haven't heard of them. One of the other things that's wonderful about Haven Hospice is they have other programs, and I'll let Michelle talk briefly about those with pets and veterans, which I know everybody loves pets, most everybody, and everybody, there's a lot of veterans in our area, of course, being the naval bases that are here. So Michelle, why don't you touch on those 2 items right now?
So as a patient comes on, be it in the transitions program, which they're not looking at end of life right now, they're still aggressively treating their disease and going through that, and with our hospice patients, they have the opportunity of having a volunteer come in. The volunteer can do a lot of things. We feel with our pet program, we have a pet peace of mind program that provides food and medical bills and a volunteer to come and help maybe bathe the dog or walk the dog, or take them to the vet for them, because at this time of their life they've lost so much, and we want to make sure their pet stays with them.
Sure.
So helping those volunteers help us keep those pets in those homes and those pets healthy so that the owner can stay with their pet. That's real important to us. As well as being able to have pet visitors. So there are a lot of people whose homes may be in facilities or in ALFs, or they may be living with somebody and they may have had a dog previously and can't have one now for whatever circumstances. So we have a lot of people who have their own pets that bring them and they go to the house and visit with them for a couple of hours, and they get to love on the dog and jump up in the bed with them. And they really, I think it's a great program.
Absolutely is.
We also, one of the other programs you mentioned was veterans. We really highly do recognition for our veterans. We give them a ceremony. It's actually somebody who is retired military. So I'm always looking for retired military volunteers to help us with this program.
You hear that, everybody?
And they help us go into the homes. And a lot of times there are some issues that may have happened if somebody's seen active wartime that they want to talk about, but they're not comfortable talking with their family. So having a retired vet volunteer go in and really just spend some time with them, then they can talk about that time of their life and be with somebody that may understand that a little better, and not having to burden those thoughts on their family. So that's very important. So just making sure that we have that program available to our patients.
That's fantastic. Those are two wonderful programs, as well as what else goes on at Haven Hospice. So once again, we'll be coming around April 7th in the truck to pick up your household goods. And then one thing I forgot to mention, Southampton is a big community. There's 750 homes in the community. We don't know how many homes, because this is the first time we're going to have done this, are going to be donating. But if for some reason the truck is overloaded, which we hope, we'll be coming back 4 days later, Wednesday, I believe that's the 11th, and we will be picking up the rest of the household items. Also, look for the brochures forthcoming. We've already sent out a few. Haven Hospice's contact information is there. And after these events, if you have any other items you'd love to donate, we can talk. You can call Haven Hospice and have that happen as well, because they're always looking for great household items so they can fund this organization and take care of the people that is so critical to be taken care of at the end of their life. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate
she
it.
said she was very nervous. She did great. She did fantastic. She's a natural. She spends time on the radio, so she's a natural. When I heard that, I knew she was. And I'd like to thank you again for your time, and we look forward to a great event. And thank you, everybody from Southampton. We know you're going to donate, and we're asking you for your donations in advance. Thank you very much. Have a great day.